We're back. So welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. Check, 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 and check. 1, 2, 3, check. Yeah, it works. I can see the levels right here. Yeah, and I posted the announcement on Instagram. I also posted something else today on Instagram because I scanned the guitar with a multi-scale guitar with fan frets. So let's get an audience going. We have a Triggs guitar here on the workbench. Triggs, what is that? Well, let me tell you something about the Triggs logo. Okay, so this is it. Triggs, Triggs, James, Triggs. This logo was designed by Jimmy D'Acquisto. Okay, the great Jimmy. All right. So I sent a link to this live stream to the owner of this guitar, and I need to get ready for fret removal. So why don't we do that? Here is this block. So we have a back bow. We need to refret this guitar. This guitar also has fractured fret nibs, so we need to deal with that as well. Let me show you quickly. Okay, so here are the fret nibs. So this is one of them. This is the fret number 1, first fret, and there are some fractures, so we need to make sure that we don't damage the binding. And here part of the fret nib has already fallen off. Okay, so they are in fact all like this, and we'll have to shave off the fret nibs and also put some super glue into the hairline fractures so that we stabilize the situation, the binding. Okay, now let's get some tools ready. First tool is going to be we got to start warming up here the soldering iron. Okay, I got all my soldering irons here now. I reorganized, and this one is the one that I'll be using for the fret removal. Now we don't know if we actually need to use a soldering iron. That depends if there's glue or if there isn't. But I will be removing the first fret with heat and then examine the fret slot. And if there's glue, I'll continue with the soldering iron. And if there's no glue, there's no need. That's how I do it. Okay, let me see. This posted. Yeah. Sound. Oh, there's no sound? Oh, okay, there is sound. Okay, fine. I was worried for a moment. Okay. Oh, there's a mosquito. We need to deal with the mosquito. Okay, I have my deadly weapon right here. Let's see. No audience just yet. Why not? No audience. Stream settings. Is it live? It is live. Let me see something. It is public also. Okay, so we should be getting an audience soon, I hope. Like I said, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live, the live streaming guitar repair channel. This is what I'll be using to remove the frets. This is a StewMac tool. Let me put this away. And I need this, right, for the mosquitoes. I also need my chair right here, my stool. Okay, so this is going to take a minute. Sometimes also use water. So I have a pipette here, water here already. I'll put some water there. Let me see. All right. Let's get busy here. So the soldering iron is still warming up. We got time to capture an audience here. Oh, I also have to remove the nut at some point, but we'll deal with that later. First, I'll be removing the frets. So there's some cheese on the fretboard. So let's remove it. Like that. All right. And I need to brush it off. So this is a live stream, which means I'm not 100% ready for this. Come on. I don't see an audience just yet. Why not? What's happening? Is this public? Let me see. What happens if I go on YouTube? Do I see it as a recommendation? I'd like to have an audience. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. If I click on it. Now it should show me that there is one viewer, which is this viewer here. It's not showing me anything yet. There's a delay. Okay, so this is warming up. Let me zoom out a little bit. So we'll put some water first on this fret. Oh, now it says one viewer, but you know, that's just me. Okay. Maybe that'll get YouTube to start recommending this to other potential viewers. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay. All right, so we have water. I think this is water. Yeah, it is. And we just want to put some water here. Oops. And you will see when I start heating up, the water is going to be boiling. Okay. Is this the best place for the soldering iron? Let me see. So this is a soldering iron with a modified tip. I can't touch it, but you can see how it's been modified. And I need to make sure, because it has fret nibs, not to burn the binding, obviously. All right, so just go like this. This is another pearl. I think it's real. It looks real. So I'll be extra careful when I'm resurfacing the fingerboard. That's why I'm removing the frets, because the mother of pearl dust, when it's airborne, is really bad for you. It's has health hazard. All right, so the first fret, I want to spend a little more time on it because it's my test fret, okay? Test removal, because I don't know what to expect. All right, and now I can put the soldering iron between the jaws, wiggle, I think there might be glue holding down the fret, which is why we're warming it up, okay? So I lifted it right there. This is ebony. Ebony has a tendency to chip. If it chips, we need to repair it right away so that we don't lose the little pieces. But hopefully we will not have to do that, because I'll be extra careful. And is that completely removed now? And something's still holding it down. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this was the first fret, and like I said, this is my test fret removal. It's the first one. I want to know if there's glue inside of the fret slot, or if it was just held by friction. So I have all the tools that we need. The tool that I need now is this vicious looking tool. That's like a claw, like a tiger claw. All right. And that's used to scrape out any glue or debris from the fret slot. Okay. Now, I also have a high-powered microscope right here. So I'll be able to examine the fret slot. And what I see is, in fact, glue. Check this out. So you can see clearly that glue was used, and this is the melted glue. So melted because I did use a soldering iron. Like I said at the beginning, we start removing the test fret with the soldering iron, just in case there is glue. So if glue was used, we need to continue with the soldering iron. And there's glue on the inside. So now it's already stiff. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, this glue removal, okay? But yeah, it's just part of the job. Okay, so I won't worry about it now. So I do like to remove the glue when it's still sticky and soft. And we need to make sure not to knock out the binding, right? So I am starting from here and going just a little bit past the middle. But then for the other side, I start from here. And you can see that I did manage to pull some glue out, but the microscope is in the way, so I need to move it aside, because I want to be able to do this. So the microscope is really in the way. And you can see how it comes out, okay? That's what we want. So this neck has a back bow. The main reason is the material that was used for the neck, which is the this part of the neck. It's flame maple. So I am going to make maybe I'm going to make a video and I'll explain how that's I'm not going to say that that's a bad idea. I guess you could say it's a bad idea because you just don't know if it's going to cause issues or not. So there's a good chance that it will cause issues, like it did on this guitar. So the best grain to use for a guitar neck is straight grain, not flame maple. Now on violins, it's not too much of an issue because it's a really short neck and it doesn't have a big mass. And then you have a stiff fingerboard that's glued on top. But like I said, I am wanting to make a video about that for the main Guitar Quackery channel. I actually made some recordings of this guitar already for the upcoming video, well, hopefully upcoming video. Now, I also want to remind everyone that's watching now that there is a link below to subscribe to the Guitar Quackery newsletter. I will also be, I think, sharing a 3D scan for free as a free download to Guitar Quackery newsletter subscribers, a 3D scan of this guitar, of this fretboard. So I already made a video about this, but that video is in long-term early access format right now. It's gonna go live next year, I think, maybe in December or January. Let me also examine the fret. Oh, I just saw the mosquito. They just disappear. Okay, so I do want to examine the fret. So here it is. Let's adjust the light. So it's got these barbs. So sometimes the barbs are sharp and sometimes not. So depends if, well, depends which fret wire is used and if they used a fret barber, I think it's called. So these, looks like they've been shaved off a little bit, the tips. So I just want to know that. Because I want to know the odds of the fret barbs pulling out wood grain. And the other thing that I'm looking at right now is it looks like most of the glue is actually at the bottom of the fret crown and up to the barb. So I don't see any glue stuck to the bottom of the fret tang, just the top of the tang and the bottom of the crown, and no glue here. Okay, let's look at the other side. So yeah, these barbs have been shaved off a little bit on the fret barber. Now I have the tool. I just, you know, I'm busy. I can't show it right now. I'll show it some other time. Okay. Do we need to use water? Oh, and by the way, here is where I'll be placing the frets. So we have these holes, they're numbered. I'm just going to be putting the frets inside of these holes. So let's put some water here. I'm not sure what kind of glue was used. So if it's something water soluble, the water helps. But if it's not, then it makes no difference. The water, so the water has a dual purpose. As you can see, it's boiling. So it kind of tells me what the temperature is. It's not crucial because, you know, I'm kind of timing it also by feel. feel and intuition. But the other purpose is if the glue is water soluble, it softens it. And I don't think it's water soluble glue, but we can test that. Because if it's not water soluble, maybe I just won't bother with the water. So those frets are held down tight. So I don't know, maybe I need to start here and work my way towards the treble side, or maybe I need to start here and work my way towards the bass side. All I know is I do need to, oh, okay. I'm lifting the fret now. I do need to warm up the fret. So when I know that there is glue, and when I see, like during my first test fret removal, that the glue is in fact softening under this heat, it means that I do need to continue using heat. So let's see. Now, we, well, look at this fret now. Let's zoom in and see if it's water soluble or not. I don't know, I don't think so. So we have this small piece. Let's place it here. Let's add some water to it and see what happens. So let's say if it's tight bond, it doesn't really you know, get completely soft. I mean, it kind of softens up. It kind of weakens, right? But this isn't tight, but this doesn't look like tight bond. I'm thinking this could be super glue. And water doesn't seem to affect it in any way. Yeah, so I don't think we need to use water. No, it's actually still kind of hard. Okay, so let me remove one fret. So I got to be careful of these nibs. I am going to cut them off, shave them off. But I got to be careful not to knock it out in this direction and then break off the binding. That would be, what's the word? Bad. That's it. All right, so, friends, you can write comments in the chat. Yeah. I just posted a comment. All right, don't forget to click the like button. All right, now we'll be removing fret number 3. This one without water, okay? So I'll be extra careful. So we're warming it up. So, like I said at the beginning, the tip of the soldering iron has been modified. It basically has a little channel, inverted, or upside down, not inverted. So that it doesn't slip. It can still slip, which is why I'm careful. And I've never done this before in my life, so that's why I'm even more careful. All right, let's see. Wiggle. And this is why I like to place it between the jaws so that it doesn't slip, right? Oh, it's lifting. Yeah, so I am now really confident that water is not needed. I'm gotta be really careful with ebony because it can chip easily. Okay. I think I'm gonna cover this. And let's see if we can remove any glue while it's still hot and melted, molten glue. If not, we'll deal with it later. We have tools. I have the right tool for every job, for every task and every job. All specialized tools. I don't improvise. Yeah, some of it came out, but not all of it. I can feel that there's a little blob right there at the bottom. Now, we can also measure the depth of these fret slots. Like I said, I have a tool for everything. So this is a 12-inch radius, so that's between 10 and 14-inch radius here, this curve. It's for a radius of between 10 and 14 inch, so this is the right one here. And let's see how deep this goes inside. Yeah, we got a decent depth, okay? I think they're all the same. I'm mostly concerned about these fret slots here because I'm going to be removing material as I resurface the fingerboard, which will reduce the depth of these fret slots. But we can deal with that because we got tools. Okay, let's continue. Oh, like I said, I want to cover this before there's an accident. Friends, you can write a comment. This will push the video out to more audiences. It doesn't cost you anything. Just to write something in the chat. And I see that mosquito here. Where's my deadly weapon? I'm not sure if I got him. Okay. Let's continue. Let me raise this up a little bit. Okay, so some guys get a lot of views on their live streams, and the live streams suck. And I get almost no views. Well, I'm not too worried about this channel. I'm not really promoting this channel for, reasons of content. and monetization and all that. This is to give some of my customers the opportunity to watch me work on their guitars. Is also for archival purposes, because this is an expensive guitar. So if something happens while I'm doing this risky job, I want it to kind of be documented, because things can happen and it's not necessarily the fault of the technician. Sometimes it is, and sometimes, like I said, not necessarily. So then if something happens, it can be analyzed later and then debated over long arguments with a customer. I should behave because the customer might be watching me as we speak. I sent him a link. Okay, this one is a bit stubborn. I'm not trying to pull it here. I'm just holding this so that this doesn't slip, right? Because I want to warm up the entire fret from top to bottom, or from left to right. I feel that it's lifting. And this glue is really stubborn. So this is fret number 4 being removed. So once I get the feel for the fretboard, it usually goes faster later. And here, let's remove the glue, or partially remove the glue at least. That's it. It's like a booger. It reminds me of when we were kids, the booger part. But I'm not going to eat it. I never really had that habit when I was a kid. I mean, I tried. I think we all did, right? So it's salty. All right, let's continue. Oh, I see an audience. An audience of 4. One of them is my phone. So 3 people are watching this. 3 actual people. I don't count. Yeah, let's warm up the whole thing first. So now this is actual mother pearl, which means that if I slip with a soldering iron, I'm not really going to damage it. But if it's like a Gibson with a plastic mother of pearl, well, then you damage it, you melt it. Ask me how I know. been there, done that. The glue is really, really, what's the word? Tough. Hard. Not hard. Strong, that's it. I wonder what kind of glue he used. I think super glue. Okay. That's that. Glue removal. And then repeat. That's it. I'm going to be repeating the process multiple times. So this is one of those projects that had to be just kept. You see, this is warm. You know, just sometimes you need to put the guitar on the shelf for like a couple of weeks and think about it. This is one of those. But, you know, it's fine because I had other guitars to work on. All right. So I wonder if I managed to capture any viewers from Instagram to join us here today, because I did post an announcement to this live stream on Instagram. Only 5 frets have been removed so far. Usually it goes faster. All right. All right. We're going to warm it up first. I heard some bad news today. What's his name? Glenn, Irish guitar player, got killed in a motorcycle accident, I think. Yeah. What's his name? Glenn. It's at the tip of my tongue now. So, if it's who I think it is, I once had the opportunity to work on his guitar, but I actually recommended someone else to do the job because I couldn't take it at the time. And it was a really serious structural repair job on his guitar. So my friend Doug Proper ended up doing the work. And he did, obviously he did a good job, like he always does, which is why I recommended him for the job. But the guitar was seriously damaged. I did go see the guitar at Radio City Music Hall. And I said I can't do it because of a number of reasons, but I know someone who is actually the best person to do that job on the guitar. And so sometimes the job of a technician, in this case me, right, is to actually recommend someone else. Just like a doctor. Well, I won't be doing the surgery, but I recommend this doctor. So I lost my audience. How is that possible? It went to 0, but I'm still watching. Oh, and I can click my own like. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. There you go. 1 like. 21 views so far. So what does that mean? People come and go? I guess. So first I'll remove all the frets, and then I'll deal with the fret nibs. When you send your guitar to Gibson for a refret, they don't preserve the fret nibs. Some people hate the fret nibs anyway. The reason why we will be removing the fret nibs here is because I need to plane down the fretboard, so it would be impossible to preserve them. So you can rebuild them with liquid binding, or remove the binding and then install new binding, but we won't be doing that either. I already discussed it with the customer. We'll be removing the fret nibs. They, in fact, serve no purpose. A guitar is better off without them. Okay. It's a slow process because this glue is really, really strong. And looks like it needs high temperature to start softening. A customer picked up a guitar today, just a bit late, as in late in terms of days, because he was out of town. But the guitar that he picked up was actually the guitar that appeared in the last Guitar Quackery video on the main Guitar Quackery channel. It's a Schecter Sinister Gates Custom S guitar. Why is this not moving? Oh, now it's moving. I can feel. Okay. You can see that, right? Especially with the glue, I want to make sure that we are not chipping off ebony that's kind of maybe getting stuck to the fret. And that's it. Look at that. So this goes now here. So the reason why I want to remove as much glue as possible right away is while it's still soft. Okay. I'll be resurfacing this fingerboard maybe tomorrow, but I doubt that I'll be live streaming. But I might be, or most likely will be, recording an instructional video. Now the difference between my live streams, which are instructional, and my instructional videos is that those are edited, so it's easier to watch through. Looks like I lost my audience again. All right. Fair enough. Let's warm it up first. Again, I'm just hugging the fret with the pliers so that I can place the tip of the soldering iron between the jaws so it doesn't slip. But I'm not trying to pull it yet. There's another way to warm up these frets with a soldering gun. And I'm kind of tempted to do that because I think that might go faster in this case. Wiggle, wiggle. Nothing yet. Oh, it's softening up. Okay. Some people use solder. They melt solder on top of the fret. Solder is a good heat sink. That actually does help. I don't do it really. I've never done it. But I would do it if I felt that it was necessary to do it. It's it. Check this out. Oops. So this is going well so far. What is this, the 8th fret? So I believe that this is where I'll be removing most of the material, like around the 7th and 8th frets. So let me check the depth of the fret slot here. Obviously, I want to remove any debris to check to measure the depth with this 10 to 14 inch radius. Okay, that's nice and deep. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Obviously, we'll have to really measure after the planing. All right. Now we can start focusing the heat here. I think this is like dentistry, pulling teeth. It used to be the barber that you would go to get your tooth pulled or your limb amputated. Barber, surgeon, dentist. So that would be who would do these services for people. All right. Removal. Okay. 22 frets, right? And 19, 21, 15, 17, 19, 21, okay. It feels like there's a little step here on all of them. I can kind of feel that. But only on the treble side. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I feel like I need a break. 10 fret, no, 9 frets removed. All right. Almost half. All right. Some people are watching. Oh, there is one comment. Let me see here. Chat. Oh, Dr. Slam RN. Hello. We are removing these frets, and then we'll be removing the fret nibs. So Dr. Slam is one of our regulars on this channel and on the main Guitar Quackery channel as well. Thank you for your support, Doctor. And Yeah, I kind of assumed correctly that RN means registered nurse. So that's correct. At a hospital, I guess? Is that at a hospital, I guess? Yeah. You could be a nurse at a hospital or at a doctor's office, right? Or maybe even like a private nurse, right? That exists. Yeah. So this is the 10th fret. We have 21 frets, which means we're almost halfway. Yeah, great, success. Now it's the glue removal that kind of slows me down, or the presence of the glue, which, as we've discussed, is really tough. This one, whatever Mr. Triggs used. I guess I could have sent him an email. He does have a website. I'm sure he would have told me. Or maybe he changed the recipe over the years. I don't know. So, like I said, I'll be resurfacing this. I'll be planing down the fretboard, and I will actually tighten the truss a little bit to put even more of a back bow. So first, I will start without, and then depending on how it goes, I would like to be able to remove some additional material from the middle, which is typically done by tightening the truss rod a little bit to put a little bit of a back bow. Now this already has back bow, which is why we're doing this. But once I resurface it and it's flat with the truss rod loose, if everything goes well, then I will tighten the truss rod a little bit to again put a little bit of a back bow, additional back bow, and then remove that so that when you loosen the truss rod, you have some natural relief. Now we only would do that if the conditions are right. So if we have enough material to remove. Because remember, this neck has binding, which highlights the the side of the neck, and we'll be removing material from my pinkies there pointing around like the 7th and 8th fret, 6th, 7th, 8th fret. So that's where the binding is going to start getting a little thinner. But hopefully it won't be too visible. Oh wow, this is really stubborn here. Okay. There. Yeah. Okay. Ah. All right. So. Behave. So I just kind of decided to live stream today. I didn't really have to, but it's a good idea to document this one. Because you never know with risky jobs. There's these fret nibs and all. Fret nibs that have fractures already. All right. Sometimes you can put a clamp like this to protect the binding. But, you know, what I do is I just start from one side, go past the center line, and then start from here and just go a little bit past the center line, and I'm careful. And if I feel no resistance, I can go really close to the binding, even like this, like all the way here almost. But if you feel resistance, you know, stop, because then it's going to release like a trigger, and then you can blow the binding. So, ask me how I know. I have experience. So I am, so this is what, the 11th fret? I'm more than mathematically halfway through, right? Because it's got 21 frets. 15, 17, 19, 21. Yeah. This one was easy. That's lucky. I guess I should reposition this camera. You can't really see. Sometimes the glue is like cheese when it melts, and this glue isn't like that. I really think it's super glue. So now if we were preserving the nibs, we'd be collecting the frets just like that. And we could be using them as a reference, or we would be, but not for the final length. The final length would be adjusted for each fret separately, obviously, in a different way. I might even make a video one day about that. See here, I came really close to the binding. But again, I didn't feel resistance. Okay. It's nice and warm here. So another thing that can throw a neck into a back bow are the frets. So, yeah, because if they're too tight, that throws the neck into a back bow. But I'm gonna assume that that's not the case here, because Mr. Triggs wouldn't have just sold a guitar with a back bow, right? So when that happens, the neck goes immediately into a back bow. So I'm sure that he sold the guitar, you know, without a back bow, obviously, and the back bow just developed over time. And which would lead me to believe that the sole reason for the back bow is actually the curly maple, the highly figured flame maple on the back of the neck. Mm-hmm. All right. So it is going faster here now, just because I got, you know, I developed a feel for this guitar, but that doesn't mean that I should be rushing it. So I'm not rushing it. That's when you start making mistakes, if you start rushing too much. This is just the right tempo right now. Mm-hmm. 8 frets left. That shouldn't take too long. All right. So what's interesting is I published a video a few days ago. Well, the video was first kept in early access for a little while. Not for too long, like a week, 10 days, something like that. And then it went live. And I believe it's one of my best videos so far, but it's really underperforming on the main channel. Maybe I'm just not objective, because, you know, you can't be objective. But it has some interesting information. And no one's watching. I mean, a few people have seen it, barely has any comments. Under 1,000 views, of which, you know, most of them, I guess, just don't even watch through the first 30 seconds. It's their loss, I guess. But in the video, I show something very interesting about the StewMac that most people have no idea about. because the guitar has a StewMac, and I've seen some incorrect information about that type of StewMac on some reputable channels that I actually like. But you know, you should always double check the information. So it's in the video. It's the Schecter Sinister Gates Custom S guitar. And I also show something about the fret radius that's, you know, I'm going to say unexpected, I'm sure, for most people. So this is the last fret that is not over the body of the guitar. So let's talk about this. Well, after I remove it. It's coming off. It's very close to the body. It's actually right at the body joint, which means I'm taking an additional risk here. I think you know what I'm getting at. So let's put this one here and clean up, and then let's talk about it and do the right thing. This glue gets hard very quickly, but I still feel that it's a little soft at this point, so it's a good idea to remove it right away. I mean, to remove as much of it right away as possible. There's something here. See that the claw is getting stuck? That's when you gotta be really careful not to pull towards the binding. Okay. Okay, I think there's a hole here. I think it's a registration hole for, you know, the mounting of the fretboard. Because the claw just snaps into it. But there's nothing on this side, so I don't know. There must be one here that I missed, or maybe it's not under a fret. Okay, so if I go like this with the soldering iron and slip accidentally, it's gonna burn the finish and damage the body. So I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna put a piece of cardboard here. That's what I wanted to talk about. I got my recycling here. This will do. Okay. that, right? I can kind of trim this. A little bit at an angle. And this. Let me see. That's it. Now just tape it down. This, you know, is also soft. It's not going to damage the guitar. Because that would be really bad. Usually, these things happen when you don't take the time to protect things. So now it's not going to slip. But if I didn't use this, it would slip. It's kind of, you know, when you don't take the umbrella, it rains. And when you take the umbrella, well, it doesn't rain. So, but, you know, I'm fine with that. All right, we're good. Let's continue. Oh. I gotta log my water intake. Yeah, I don't know if I told you, but I put a little bit of iodine supplement. The drops, so that also disinfects the thing. That's what they do on farms, right? They put iodine in the water supply for the cattle, which is why dairy is actually a good source of iodine, because it ends up in the milk. So I'm like a cow. I put iodine in my water. Not too much, right? Shouldn't overdose. Just the daily recommended dose. All right, 2, 4, 7 frets. And then we gotta remove the fret nibs. And then the nut. All right. Man, this glue. I had a feeling, actually, that it would be like that. Just the way the guitar is built. It's kind of built like a tank, but resonant. Uh-huh. Now, what I will do is I am actually going to also shave off a little bit of the barbs from the sides of the frets. That's how I see these were done. Just to make sure that I don't put an additional back bow on this neck, because we're filing a back bow. And I'm also going to test this neck. Once I remove the frets, I am going to put the strings back on, which I saved, by the way, at full tension. It'll be a fretless guitar overnight. Or maybe, should I do it over the course of a few days, see if it pulls it? I don't know. Let me think about it. It's like without the frets on. See what happens. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think that would be a good idea. Just to leave it at full tension for a few days. I think I did break one of the strings when I was removing them. So I guess I should not be removing the nut. Yeah. If I'm going to do that. I can always remove it later. There's something on the treble side. I don't know. I can feel something at the bottom of these fret slots on the treble side only. I'm taking a risk. It feels very steady. Well, I'm taking a risk with every single job that I do. Ah, it's moving. So I have a 3D scan of this guitar, but the thing is that I don't have it on my computer here. So I can't show you. And the reason why I don't have it on my computer here is I need to just clear my hard drive. So I have it on the backup drive. Because I was going to open it and show it during the live stream, but then I realized, oh, I deleted it from the computer. Because I already made the video anyway. But I'm going to make a second video. Because I want to talk about some other things regarding this job. Okay, this one cleaned up quickly. I also have a tool that I made. Where is it? I think I know where it is. Here. Now, that's a tool that I made. So you can see how it has this, it's like a plow. So you can, gotta be careful with this one too, not to come too close. And then you can just pull out the junk. I think I need to modify it a little bit. All right, there's nothing there. 2, 4, 5. Okay. We're getting there. I knew there was glue there because the frets are completely flush and you can kind of see that, there's a filler. I don't know, it's hard to explain. You don't really see a gap with the filler. It's just that they're just completely flush. It's almost like, yeah. That's completely, there's like absolutely no hint of a gap. It's not moving yet. Moving. Success. Four more. And then we gotta start removing the nibs. That'll be exciting. So the owner of this guitar did text me asking if the neck might feel thinner. So no, I took measurements and ran a second simulation and gave him the exact projected measurements, the amount of material that is going to be removed. And I forgot what that was, but nothing that really stood out to me as significant in terms of how the neck will feel. Plus, remember that the new frets are going to be slightly taller. And this guitar will require a new nut because of that reason. We're not going to shim the nut. That's not the elegant or proper way of doing things. So I'm not going to throw away the nut. I will give it back to the customer. But he'll never need this nut again. So 4 more. Let's get this done. What time is it? Oh, it's late. I didn't realize 11. So I'm not sure if I'll be removing the nibs tonight. Maybe I'll just do a couple. This, so far, it's taken me an hour and a half. And not done yet with the removal of the frets. So you gotta be careful with this binding, with the nib removal of the nibs, because this binding is brittle. So not all the binding materials are the same. This one looks and feels brittle. So gotta remember that. I think I'll just use a file. We'll see. I might use like an emery board, which is basically my own, which is a flat board with sandpaper stuck to it. Okay. That's good too. 3 frets left after this one. This fret slot's pretty clean on this side. Again, it's stuck right there on the treble side. Feels like there's a little step or something. All of them feel like this. All right. Three more. I don't know why I skipped. I just felt like it. There's no technical reason, no strategy involved. Maybe if I remove this one, the other two just disappear. It's been a busy day today for me. Yesterday too. So I scanned a guitar today. I was gonna do more scanning, but I only scanned one guitar. And it was, oh, look at that. An Agile, what is it called? Something. 8-string guitar with fan frets, multi-scale guitar. So, scanned it. Now, Fret Lab Pro is already multi-scale enabled. But this will be only the second guitar being tested in Fret Lab Pro. A second multi-scale guitar. Maybe I should show it. Yeah, let me show it. Let me just remove these two frets and I'll show it. I will open the multi-scale. Oh, come on. What is it on the treble side there? That's... It's like you can see that there's something clicks there, like there's a step. All right. Let me see something. Okay, so we have 3 people watching, which means only 2 people are watching, because one of them is my phone. And I think it counts my phone as one. Yeah, because I'm watching it from the other channel, from my main channel. But how come at some point it said that there were 0 viewers and I kept watching it? So I don't know. I don't think this is accurate. So I will be showing for the first time in a few minutes from now a multi-scale guitar live in the Fret Lab Pro software. The guitar, oh no, I put it in the back. The guitar is a, like I said, multi-scale, Agile. And yeah, to reward my audience here. So that'll be part of this live stream, although it has nothing to do with this guitar. But I'm not charging this one by the hour, so that's fine. I can do that. This one is being charged like a regular job, because it is a regular job, kind of. Because often I do these live streams when I need to charge by the hour. Yeah. Not on a refret like this. I have fees for refrets. I was live streaming, was it last week, a few days ago? Was it a Schecter guitar? I think so. Pickup conversion. And we didn't finish. Oh, it's moving. Because we had to renegotiate, so there were complications on that job, and I had to think about it for a few days. I think it was on Saturday I was live streaming. You can watch that live stream. So one more, and then we're done with the fret removal. And we can take a break from this guitar, and I'll show you the multi-scale guitar, because I gotta prep that file anyway for Fret Lab. So I'm happy to do it during this live stream. Historic live stream. I was just talking to my partner, Dr. Kevin, today. We had a Zoom call. So Dr. Kevin is the developer of FretLab Pro. Well, we're both developers, but I don't do the coding. Yeah, look at this glue. Yeah, it's brittle. Super glue, I'm sure. Okay, look at that. One more right there. Should we leave it? Nah, let's remove it. It's better. See, I did not slip, but I still have the cardstock. One more, and then I'll show you the Fret Lab. Multi-scale guitar. 8-string multi-scale. And we'll put the strings on, we'll do all that. Look at that. Wiggle, and that's it. Oh, I lost it. Here. Okay. This one, right? Yeah. That's it. All right, so how are we going to remove the fret nibs? Like I said, either a file or like my homemade emery board. Let me just show you quickly. So this is it. Nothing to it. You see that? I just want to show you proof of concept. Okay, we need to remove them, right? To plane down the fretboard. That's the only way. Now, technically you can rebuild them. Okay, I put some scratches in this direction, but it doesn't matter because we'll be scratching in this direction anyway. So I can use this also to remove whatever glue residue like this. but we won't be doing that tonight. Yeah, that's it. So I removed one fret nib just to show you how. And now I can unplug my soldering iron and let's do some digital thing here with a 3D scan. All right, where is it? So there's a new version of Fret Nib Pro, version 2.2.3. Just became a thing today. Okay, so before we do that, let me just remove this. This is lacquer. It's what's it called again? Oh, please help me say it. Not cellulose. Come on. You know what I mean. Nitro. Okay. So you don't want to put tape on it. I mean, you don't want to leave the tape on it for too long. Okay, so let me launch Fret Nib Pro version 2.2.3. No one has seen that version yet, and this version has some new features which we need to tweak. So you'll see. So it's a new version, right? And I want to put the guitar here. And then I'll have to restring it. I think I'll just do that off camera. Or maybe not. I'll see. I got the strings right here. Those are the existing old strings. I think one broke, right? I said. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Ready for Fret Nib Pro. So the guitar I scanned, if anyone new just happened to join us here, was a multi-scale, which means fan frets, agile. I don't know the name anymore. Mesh. Okay, so I'm opening it. I just opened it. I'll show you how it registers it and everything in real time. So what I am going to do now, so I hope I still have an audience. Only 2 people watching. One of them is me. Okay. Well, let me put this here. And I have my little keyboard here, which I need for shortcuts. And I'll throw it here on the screen. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm seeing it right there. And I can even put this camera here. Actually, like this. I'll show you. Like that. So you can see exactly. Oh! Whew. I almost knocked it down. Is that it? Okay. Okay, so here I have it. This is it, multi-scale. And I can show you the screen like that. Okay, so now you can see. Now I can name it here and everything, but I need to select that it's an electric guitar, right-handed. Okay, that's it. All of the other stuff here can just stay blank. So all right, so now it's not properly oriented in space, right? So red is high, so it's kind of like this, okay? But we need to register it. Oh, no, go here, boom, okay. So here it is now. So those are the two planes. And you'll see how it's going to register it. So this is a transverse plane right there. And we had a longitudinal plane selected, okay? And that's what we see here in the plot. But you can see that this isn't registered. So I can also not show the grid lines like that, okay? So now, show grid lines, subdivisions even, right? So we have all that available. So auto register, which is right here. Check this out. Okay, so did you have time to blink? Because this is now registered in the 3D coordinate system. So now it looks like it's perspective, but it isn't. This isn't perspective. If I reset it right here, zoom in a little bit, those are fan frets, right? So I can adjust that. You see 8 saddles right there, okay? And you see the nut right here, and that's the origin, like that thing. Okay, so if we look at it from above, it's like this. From below, flipped like that. From the side, the other side, from the front and the back. Okay, so we want to look at it this way. And you can see here, oh, what happened? Oh, see, I have to reset. Here we have the relief, and we have some uneven frets on it. And that's the fretboard profile. And these are the saddles, and this is the nut. Okay. Now, I have some numbers here written. Okay. So these numbers here are my nut action, but nut relief, which I measure with the with this thing. Okay, so I wrote them down. So when we put the strings on, hold on a second. Then we are going to use those measurements. So here, strings. You see that? Strings. So now let's put the strings on. It's an 8-string guitar. And here we have the string gauges. We're going to put 10s on. We can pick light, custom, whatever. So these are light. Looks like we have a little bit of a registration problem there on the nut. Okay, something to look into. And here, generate the strings. So this is not going to generate properly now. Let me go to the nut. Let me move it like this a little bit. So I'm moving this slice. Okay. Let's reset it. We're generating the strings. Okay. So they're kind of all over the place. For now, I'm going to just, place them roughly where they need to be. I'm just worried about the left and right, not the up and down too much. This is probably where it needs to be in terms of left and right. So here the light has a hard time reaching all the way into the string slot, obviously, because they are getting narrower and narrower. I'm just going to place this somewhere here. Place this here and here. So this guitar has less space between these two strings and here. So this is how it is. But like I said, the left and right is, and we can move this later as well. And now we are going to do the nut relief. And here is where I'm going to be plugging the numbers from here. So I have 250 microns, 270, 280, and that's what I'll be plugging here, okay? So right there, now watch me do it. So 0.250, 0.270, 0.280, etc. 0.130. See? So that's how it was on the guitar. 0.180. And here it goes to 310. So it's all over the place. I made a recording of this for the YouTube channel, so there will be a video coming up, a review video. 360, okay? And now I click OK. And this, yeah, there's a bug. So this didn't work out. I gotta go to the analyzer first. Okay, so I gotta report this bug. Okay. Or maybe it's because it's not slicing correctly. I don't know. Let me see. Strings, nut relief. So I gotta redo this. 0.250. Okay. What, 370 and 0.360, okay? And I'm gonna click OK. So hopefully this time it does it properly. Okay, that's it, okay? So now if I go to nut here, that slice is misaligned a little bit. It doesn't matter too much, but I can adjust this to kind of view through the nut. And again, the scan right there isn't that accurate in terms of showing the actual string slots, just because the light can't, when the nut is really, when the string slots are really deep, the light isn't going to really go there, especially on a black nut. Okay. So Dr. Padari Games says, awesome. Yeah, thank you, doctor. Okay. All right, so now continuing here. Okay, so again, on this screen, I can see here we can go to the saddle right there. Go to the saddle. And this is kind of all over the place. All right, no problem. So let me select this. And here, custom, 10 millimeters. Okay, about this much. And then I select this one. About this much. Oh, let me see. This one's going to have to go this way. Maybe 6 millimeters, maybe. That's too much, but whatever. And here. We'll redo all that. We'll fine tune all that. Okay. And now we want to move the, how about it in this direction? So, oh no, wrong direction. Boom. Okay, fine. I'm just kind of guessing for now. We're roughing it in. There's other ways. I can use another technique as well. But now I'm doing it this way. And maybe this one goes in this direction. Okay, that's good enough for now. So now we'll look at the slice through, what is this, the D string there, okay? So let's adjust this. And you can see that that's the string slot right there. So I can just move it and put it there. So if we zoom in, now you can see that we put the string inside of the string slot, okay? So now I'm going to move this slice in this direction. Now it sees nothing in the bottom plot because, okay, so we gotta redo this. You can see that there, okay? So I gotta find the right position by observing what's happening here. You can see where that is. Okay, the highest point, obviously. And here we place it here. And there it is. Okay. And now we move it more like this. Reset the micro adjustment. Well, I'm actually using the micro adjustment. I could just disable the micro adjustment, but now I need it. I'll do a different technique for the next one. So I think that this one needs to go here, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just kind of move this, see where is the highest point, which is this. That's it. Okay. So let's disable the micro adjustment so that we can move this faster to here. Oh, right there. Okay, now we enable the micro adjustment. And we want to observe this and put this string around here for now. And we are, yeah, that's it. I think it's in the right place. Now we also want to move this ball. Maybe that's too much. Yep, that's just about right. This one. This one is about right. Now we have this. We want to move it in this direction, and this one like that. Rough alignments for now. Okay, so let's do this one now. Okay, so we disable the micro adjustment and we move it more in this direction. Okay, I think I'm seeing this. Oh no, that's the screw. Okay, so it's gonna be here on top. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Now we can do this one. Micro adjustment. So this is the second time ever that I do a multi-scale guitar. Oh, I see. So this needs to go here. And you see how the string moves in the 3D view as well. So now we just move the micro adjustment like this. That's it. And now we go to the next string. It's about right where it needs to be, I think, almost. Again, I'm looking at the, I'm observing this, right? And now we place it here, and that nudged it over there. Next one is this one. I think that's going to be our last string, right? That we need to adjust. That's the green string right there. Micro adjustment. I think it's going to be here somewhere. So that doesn't look right here, so we'll check that. So this isn't the last string. We haven't done the blue string yet. The blue, or have we? I thought that was the first one we did. It's probably not in the right place, that's why. So we need to find the highest point on that saddle, which is towards the front. Like that. That looks about right. We got to check this one as well. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's check the other one, like I said. Purple. Yeah, it's not in the right place. I actually have an idea for a better, not technique, but something that we need to develop for this string placement at the bridge. But it needs to be developed. Okay, now check this out. So we have this art. This is how the guitar is set up, the actual guitar, when I scanned it. So when I scanned it, I just removed the strings and adjusted the truss rod to have a, it has two truss rods, so to have a relief, okay? Now, we can also adjust this, these color scales through the histogram. So this highlights the high part, and this is a mask. We can bring it down right there. It's hitting the frets, and the blue level is the low level. Okay, we don't really need to worry about this. There's also light source adjustments here. I'm not going to do this now. So now this has strings on. okay? And we want to save it. FretLab Pro. Agile. What is it called again? Geo something. Geo something. Where's the guitar? Oh, the guitar is in the back. All right. So I'll save it in my Fret Geo. Hold on. I gotta look it up on my computer. Here, hold on. Okay, so whoa, where is this? 3D scans. Okay. And 8, because it's an 8th string, and we are doing this in 223. Okay, and now we can go back here and also instrument make. Serial number. Oh, I gotta get that from the guitar. Yeah, okay. I didn't write it down here. Okay, save it. Okay, so it's saving it. Now, let's go back to this view. Okay, so now in the inspector, we not going to spend much time on this one, but we can look at each individual fret. We can advance. So this is fret 1, fret 2, and we can make micro adjustments here. So I can move this. So this adjustment, it's finding the fret top automatically, right, and the frets. But now I can tweak it a little bit at a time. See here, the fret top. Now it's snapping there to equal temperament, but I can disable that just to make sure that the fret top is exactly where it needs to be. Yeah, that's the inspector. We're in the inspector now. This needs to be just adjusted a little slightly. And we are changing how the inspector works. So like I said, I had a meeting today with Dr. Kevin. And we made big plans on how to improve this inspector part and some other functionalities of the software. There you go. 14th fret is fine. 15 is not fine. So it does a good job auto-detecting. And sometimes you can just leave it as it is, but sometimes it's just better to do what I'm doing. You see, this one is off, right? So it's not just looking at the fret here where we're looking in the 2D plot. It's looking at the entire fret. But this is now slicing down the middle. It's complicated to explain why this is now misaligned, right? But we want this at the fret top.